Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your narrator, Not-So-British-Brit, and today's narration is Galactic Warriors, Beginnings, Chapter 2, by Sci-fi774Roamer. Hope you enjoy, and let us begin. Risha woke up again, her head still throbbing. She sat up, holding her head in pain. It was now daytime. The Capitol building was now no more than a massive pile of black ash. It was now still, but there were still bodies littered everywhere. She was unsure how many were alive and how many were dead. Then she remembered Brant. She quickly scanned the area for any sign of him, but to no avail. She sighed. It would have been nice to have someone at least to discuss the occurrence now. She saw emergency workers in hazmat suits all around, checking people's heart rates and wounds, as well as fire emergency services hosing down what remained of the buildings around the area. Risha started to stand up, wincing at the pain and effort it took to do so. An emergency worker ran up to her. "Are you all right, ma'am?" he asked, as he looked her over for wounds. "I am fine," Risha replied. "Just a bit of a headache." "Do you know what happened?" she asked, as if seriously expecting a civilian worker to know. "No, ma'am. They're working on it, though." "Who's they?" The worker pointed a finger at a group of dark-clad people in a group beside the Capitol building. "Detectives." "I didn't know we had a detective service," Risha said, puzzled. "None of us did." The worker walked off to check on some more patients. After Risha had been scanned and declared healthy, she'd been asked where she lived and packed on a bus stacked with people heading that way from the area. 2 hours later, she was sitting in a chair at her house with an ice pack on her head. It was the first time she actually was able to think through the previous night's events. A lot of things made no sense to her. First was the fact that an explosion had been able to cause such a large tremor in the ground, so as to bring down houses and shake the Capitol building's foundations. What sort of technology was able to do that? And who was behind the explosion? She also had no idea how an inflammable stone was able to be burned like that. Someone clearly didn't like the government, but who could have the technology and power to be able to execute a terrorist attack like that? She also was confused as to who the detectives were. Black suits are rarely seen in Zoru, even with such a diverse population. So why did these people suddenly show up, unknown by anyone, wearing equipment not even sold in Zoru? Were they from a different planet? Out of the hundreds of planets she knew of, none of them had a secret service, apart from the 18th quadrant, but they were halfway across the galaxy. After such a strange, scary event, Risha was tired. She put the ice pack down and let sleep devour her. Well, that's the end of this narration. I hope you enjoyed, and have a lovely day. But before I go, I'd like to make a little statement first. I'm going to try and make about 2 or 3 videos a week. Hopefully that's what I can do, but I've got a lot going on in my life, and I don't get much free time. So, farewell, and have a lovely day.